Hold onto your seats, because Social Security recipients are about to receive not one, but two massive direct deposits this February. We're talking about payments ranging from $1,976 to a whopping $6,054 hitting bank accounts on February 14th. But here's the burning question. Are you among the millions who qualify for these game-changing deposits? Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about these upcoming payments, who qualifies, and most importantly, how to make sure you don't miss out on a single dollar you're entitled to. Before we dive deep into these life-changing details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Why? Because I'm constantly updating my community with the latest Social Security news, payment increases, and insider tips that could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. Let's address the question that's probably running through your mind right now. Why are we seeing these substantial deposits in February? Well, the Social Security Administration has implemented several crucial changes for 2025 that directly impact millions of Americans receiving Social Security retirement benefits and SSDI payments. First, let's talk about timing. February 14th isn't just Valentine's Day this year. It's becoming a day of financial love for millions of Social Security recipients. But why two deposits? The answer lies in the SSA's new payment distribution system and the recent cost of living adjustments that have been implemented to combat rising inflation. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly do these two deposits break down? The first deposit, ranging from $1,976 to $2,572, represents the standard monthly Social Security retirement benefit for qualified recipients. This amount reflects the latest cost of living adjustment, COLA, that went into effect at the beginning of 2025. But here's where it gets really interesting. The second deposit, which could be as high as $6,054, is part of a specialized supplemental payment program that the SSA has rolled out to address specific categories of beneficiaries. Let's pause for a moment and address another crucial question: who exactly qualifies for these deposits? The eligibility criteria can be broken down into several key categories. For the standard payment of $1,976 to $2,572, you need to be a current Social Security retirement beneficiary who has reached full retirement age. The exact amount you receive depends on your lifetime earnings and when you chose to start receiving benefits. But what about that larger second deposit? This is where things get more specific. To qualify for the supplemental payment of up to $6,054, you need to meet certain additional criteria. First, you must be either a Social Security retirement beneficiary or an SSDI recipient. Second, you need to fall into one of the following categories: those who have dependent children, those who have been receiving benefits for more than 20 years, or those who have documented additional financial hardships due to recent economic conditions. Here's something many people don't realize. These February deposits are part of a larger initiative by the SSA to address the growing concerns about financial security among beneficiaries. The question isn't just about receiving these payments. It's about understanding how they fit into your overall financial picture. Let's talk about the timeline in more detail. The SSA began processing these payments in late January, but why February 14th specifically? This date was chosen to ensure that all necessary verifications and adjustments could be completed before the funds are released. It's also important to note that while February 14th is the official payment date, some recipients might see the deposits in their accounts a day or two earlier, depending on their bank's processing times. Now, you might be thinking, what do I need to do to ensure I receive these payments? The good news is that for most qualified recipients, these deposits will be automatic. However, there are some important steps you should take to maximize your benefits. First, Make sure your direct deposit information is up to date with the SSA. Second, verify that they have your current contact information. And third, if you believe you qualify for the larger supplemental payment but haven't received notification, you should contact the SSA directly. Let's address another common question. How does this affect SSDI recipients specifically? SSDI beneficiaries are included in this payment structure, but there are some unique considerations. The payment amounts might vary based on your specific disability classification and whether you receive any additional benefits. Some SSDI recipients might actually qualify for both deposits, potentially resulting in a significant financial boost this February. Here's something crucial that many people overlook: these February deposits might impact other benefits you're receiving. For example, if you're receiving SSI supplemental security income or other means-tested benefits, you need to understand how these deposits might affect your eligibility. Don't worry, though, I'll explain how to navigate this situation. Speaking of SSI, let's clear up a common misconception. These February deposits are separate from regular SSI payments. If you receive SSI, you'll still get your regular payment according to the standard schedule. These additional deposits are supplemental and don't replace any existing benefits you're currently receiving. Now, let's talk about taxes because yes, this is something you need to consider. How will these deposits affect your tax situation? The standard Social Security payment remains subject to the usual tax rules. But what about that larger supplemental payment? The good news is that the SSA has provided specific guidance on this. The supplemental payment may have different tax implications, and in some cases might even qualify for special tax treatment. Here's an important question. Many people are asking, what if you're currently working while receiving Social Security benefits? Don't worry, these deposits won't affect your earnings limit or result in any benefit reductions. They're considered separate from the regular earnings test calculations that the SSA uses. Let's discuss something that's causing some confusion: the relationship between these deposits and Medicare premiums. If you're enrolled in Medicare, you might be wondering how these payments affect your premiums. The good news is that these deposits won't impact your Medicare Part B or Part D premiums for 2025. These premiums were set before these supplemental payments were announced. Now, here's a critical piece of information that you need to know: what happens if you don't receive your deposit on February 14th. Don't panic. The SSA has established a specific protocol for handling delayed or missing payments. I'll walk you through the exact steps you need to take if you find yourself in this situation. Let's talk about preparation. What should you do between now and February 14th? First, check your Social Security account online. Make sure all your information is up to date. Second, verify your bank account details. And third, keep an eye on any communications from the SSA. They might send important updates or requests for additional information. Here's something interesting: these February deposits are actually part of a larger trend we're seeing in Social Security benefits. The SSA has been working on several initiatives to ensure beneficiaries receive adequate support, especially in light of recent economic challenges. Understanding this bigger picture helps explain why these deposits are happening now. Let's address another common concern. What if you receive your Social Security benefits through a representative payee? The good news is that these deposits will still be processed normally through your representative payee arrangement. The same rules and protections apply to ensure the funds are properly managed. Now, here's something that many people aren't thinking about: how to best use these deposits. While it's tempting to view this as extra spending money, it's important to consider strategic ways to use these funds. Whether it's paying down debt, building an emergency fund, or making necessary purchases you've been putting off, having a plan for these funds is crucial. Let's talk about documentation. It's important to keep records of these deposits, especially the larger supplemental payment. Why? Because you might need this information for various purposes later, such as tax filing or benefit verification. I'll explain exactly what records you should keep and why. Here's an important question. What if your circumstances have changed recently? Maybe you've moved, gotten married, or had other life changes. How do these changes affect your eligibility for these deposits? The SSA has specific guidelines for handling these situations, and I'll explain exactly what you need to do to ensure you don't miss out. Let's discuss the future implications of these deposits. Are they a one-time thing, or can we expect similar payments in the future? While nothing is guaranteed, understanding the factors that led to these deposits can help us anticipate future possibilities. I'll break down what we know about the SSA's plans for future supplemental payments. Now, here's something crucial: scam awareness. Unfortunately, whenever there are new benefit announcements, scammers try to take advantage. I'll share specific tips on how to protect yourself from scams related to these February deposits, including what the SSA will and won't ask you to do. Let's wrap this up with some final thoughts and action steps. First, mark February 14th on your calendar. Second, make sure all your information is up to date with the SSA. Third, have a plan for how you'll use these funds. And finally, stay informed about any updates or changes that might affect these deposits. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like this video and share it with anyone who might benefit from knowing about these February deposits. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment below letting me know if you're expecting these deposits or if you have any questions. Remember, staying informed about your Social Security benefits is crucial, and I'm here to help you navigate every update and change. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your Social Security benefits. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to check your eligibility for these February deposits. Until next time, take care and stay informed.